Hi, this is Christer. Welcome to this free speech, free meeting, where I take you through some of the things I write about in my book, Be Daring, Be Different. If you accept the ideas I present in this meeting, it can change your life. These ideas changed my life to the life I really live now, and I live the life I really love. I was in the corporate world. I was CEO and president of international companies. I mean, I was 29 years old. I was CEO. I was 34 years old, and I was CEO or president of a large international group. I had this career that many people dream about, and I was not happy. Actually, it was quite painful. I was scared. I was not happy. Well, certain parts of life I was happy, but I did not live my full life. I felt that there was so much more to life than what I actually had and what I did. And this is what I'm going to take you through today. All my mentoring is tailor-made for you, and my goal is that you are successful. And this is my book. It was launched last year. It's an international bestseller. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Be Daring, Be Different. And that title is because that is all it takes. You have to be daring, you have to be different to live the life you really want. And the reason for that is that we become what we think about. Isn't that interesting? We become what we think about. Your dominating thoughts during the day actually influence and creates your life. So who stops you from getting the life you really want? Most people say, well, it's that, and I cannot do that. I just came out of a call with a client and said, I cannot live my life the way I really want because of my kids. I said, no, that's just an attitude. They would love going with you the way you want to live. And I thought about it and I said, yeah, that is exactly right. That is so true. You have only one problem in life, and that is you, and you have only one solution in life, and that is you. If you want to change your life, it starts with you, no one else. It starts with you, and only you can change the way you want to live. Because, as Bob Proctor said, and I had Bob as my mentor just a few months. The last months he lived his life, and I will for always be grateful for what Bob did for me. He really changed my life. And Bob said, you possess the power to change your thoughts. That is the greatest power. It is the power to choose. So you have everything inside to live the life you really want. The challenge is that we don't have goals. Most people don't have goals. And Robert Heinlein said this, in absence of clearly defined goals, people become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until they become enslaved by it. Heard about the hamster wheel? Yeah, that is enslaved by it. You just keep spinning, and then life is all about getting up early in the morning, getting the kids to school, driving to work, do your work for some hours, maybe few hours or many hours. Many of my clients make a lot of money because they work so many hours. And then I say to them, why don't you work less and make more money? And they say they don't know how to do that. Of course, it's not common knowledge because we are enslaved by the lack of goals. Your life today is a result of all your thoughts so far. It is very, very simple. What you think affects how you feel, and what you feel affects your actions, and your actions create your life. You can continue to think the way you have thought, and you will only get more of the same. More of the same will give you more of the same. If you want to change your life, you need some kind of disruption. You need to break the habit. You need to change your life and the way you think into a new way of thinking. First step is to set a goal. I will show you how. So what do most successful people do? For me, success is that you live your life the way you really want. Success to me is not measured in money. It's not measured in status. It's not measured in a nice car. No, it is you living the life how you really want. It's an emotional thing. It's an emotional thing. The four things we do. Number one, we make fast decisions within seconds. This is what I want. Yeah. We don't make decisions based on what we know from before. No, we make decisions based on what we want for the future. Then we set goals, high goals, and you don't have to know how you reach it, but you have to be looking forward to it. Many people don't know what they want. They say, I just want something else. Well, then you know what you want. You want to change. You want something else. You want to be happy. You want to live a different life. You want to have enough money. You want to travel wherever you want, whenever you want. To do that, number three, take advice from others that have done what you want. Don't listen to others that haven't done, that don't listen to others that hasn't done what you really want. As a joke, I often say, don't go to the bank if you want to be a millionaire. There are not so many millionaires working there. If you want to live a life in freedom, listen to people that have lived in freedom. If you want to break out of the corporate circus, if you want to get out of the hamster wheel, listen to people that have done that. Number 4, invest in your personal development. Successful people work more on themselves than on their job. Wow. So we actually invest time and money into ourselves all the time. Me personally, I always have a mentor. That's one of my life philosophies, one of my principles. I always have a mentor. Yeah, even me. And I teach this to people all over the world every day. I've written a book about it. Still, I have a mentor because it is so important. Because these are the 4 things that highly successful people do. And I live it every day, just like you can. Earl Nightingale said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. So what is worthy you? What life is worthy you? How do you want to live? There is only one valid argument for what you really want. I want it. You want it. Fine. If you don't want it, don't do it. If you want it, do it. And it's the progressive realization. It's not boom, everything is there. No, it's step by step, by step, by step, by step. You become the person you really want to be. You grow into your goal. Andrew Carnegie said this at the beginning of last century, 1907. Andrew Carnegie was the richest man ever. He started as a worker in a steel mill in the States, and he became the richest man in the world. To me, it's not only about money, it's about to live a rich life. Andrew Carnegie said, any idea that is held in the mind, that is emphasized, either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Read that again. Any idea that is held in the mind, either feared or revered, and emphasized. So you put focus on it, and neither is feared or revered. And most people think more about what they don't want than what they want. So start thinking about what you want. It will immediately start to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Someone asked Andrew Carnegie, what is your unique ability? He said, I can focus on one idea only for 5 minutes. And that took him to his life. Because your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts are energy. You know, if we put electrons on your head, we can measure your brain activity. We can see it like energy, like frequencies. And we all feel it all the time. Your feelings are energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. You know, everything in the universe vibrates, nothing rests. And the interesting thing is, like energy attracts like energy. Any idea that is held in the mind that is emphasized, either feared or revered. And when you think about what you don't want, you get more of what you don't want. When you think about what you want, you get more of what you want. Isn't that wonderful? Because you are a mass of energy and you function on frequencies. You are a mass of energy. This is a Kirlian photo. Kirlian photo is a photo technique that takes picture of the energy that leaves your body. It's not aura. I mean, you can take a photo of this one. This is a box for my AirPods. You can take a photo of that, and you can see the energy leaving that. Or these glasses, you can see the energy leaving that. You have more energy in your body than there is in a bolt of lighting. Wow. Yeah. You have 0.0 volts per cell in your body. Most of the cells are actually empty space. They're full of energy. You have 36 billion cells. Multiply that by 0.0 volts per cell, and you will find out that you have much more energy in your body than in a bolt of lighting. Luckily for us, there is a control mechanism for all that energy. Your brain, your thinking controls all that energy, you know? And all it takes is a decision. You can continue to think the way you have thought so far in life. More of the same will give you more of the same. If you make one decision, now I want to change, and commit yourself to that decision, your life will change. In the left corner here, you see President John F. Kennedy, and on his right side, it is Wernher von Braun. He was chief in NASA, you know, the space organization in America. And John F. Kennedy asked, Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, what does it take to build a rocket that would carry a man to the moon and bring him safely back to Earth? NASA had never done that. No one had ever done that. And Dr. Brown, he was a rocket engineer. He's rational. He's used to thinking rationally. He's used to engineering. Do you know what his answer was? Mr. President, all it takes is the will to do it. The will to do it is all it takes. To build a rocket that would carry a man to the moon and bring him safely back to Earth. And President Kennedy made a committed decision. He held a TV speech to the American nation and said, we will do this. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard and because we as a nation need it. Committed decision. And in 1969, we all know this, that they landed Apollo at the moon. And Armstrong said, this is a small step for a man, but a giant step for mankind. The will to do it. The will to do it is all it takes. The will to do it is all it takes to change your life too. So let's turn life a little bit upside down. Most of us think that we have this body with this head. And I said, no, that is not how it is. This is common knowledge, you know. This is called the stick figure. And Bob Proctor taught that a lot. He's talked about it all the time. A lot of mentors talk about that. But it's so important. You have this brain, this thinking instrument, and your body is the instrument for that. You can see here, taste, touch, smell. We have the 5 physical senses. And then we have the higher faculties, perception, your perception, how you look at the world. James Allen said, environment is but his looking glass. Environment, perception are the glasses you see the world through. You have the will, your ability to will something, to actually control your thinking. You have your imagination, your ability to see things that are unseen. You have your memory. You think about all your failures, all your successes. Most people are really good at thinking about their failures. Why don't you think about your successes, all the times you were good? Yeah, remember that. You have your intuition, your silent partner, and you have your reasoning, your ability to think. Most people let their life be controlled by their physical senses, what they see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Mass media. How much money in the bank account? Oh, that stupid boss. I've been that stupid boss for 25 years. Yeah, but it's your choice if you want to let you control by the physical senses or if you want to use it in a different way. Because your feelings are energy. You have 40,000 brain cells in your heart. Did you know that? First time I read that, I thought, wow, that's cool. And Western medicine say, well, but that's because the heart is autonomous, so it continues to beat even when the brain is dead. And I said that to one of my clients, and he's a Muslim, wonderful guy. And he said, yeah, I know that. And I said, how do you know? It's written in the Quran. That made me think. Even in the Bible, it said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. How come? Because your feelings are energy. Your heart sends out 5,000 times more electromagnetic energy than your brain. The biggest journey for most people is from the brain to the heart. You know, we are not rational as human beings. We are not rational at all. We are emotional beings, and we post-rationalize. We rationalize what we feel. And we say, oh, that's common sense. Yeah, listen to your heart. Because feelings are conscious awareness of vibration. We all know that. We know that how we feel. If we are afraid or are sad, it feels like a slow moving, or like a bass, all right? Down in the belly. Yeah, down here. And happiness is up here. It's in your heart. It's in my heart. I once wondered how high up can I feel in the body, because I used to feel down, like I was scared a lot. I was not comfortable in my corporate life, you know. So I was afraid of doing something wrong. One of the things I was afraid of. And then one day I wondered, I don't feel that afraid anymore. I started to live the life I really want, and I felt that the feelings were going up, 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 up. And I wonder, how high up can I feel the joy? I was wondering, can they go above my ears? Yeah, they can. I can feel it all the way up. And when you are aware of how you feel, and you know that it is the feelings, it is your feelings that affect your life, you start to be very, very conscious aware of your vibration. Because, you know, we are programmed. We are programmed as human beings. Culture, family culture, school culture. From we are 0 to 7 years, there is no barrier between the intellectual mind, what we learn, and the emotional mind. So everything becomes programs. And the emotional mind is fully developed when you are 25 years old. Paradigms can be changed in two ways, either trauma or through study and repetition. Trauma is like big emotional effects. We don't go into that. No. But study and repetition, that is what this is. Through studying, through understanding, and through repetition. So see this over and over again, because every time you will find new things, we can change. We can actually change who we are. We can change the life we can change our lives. We can become the one we really want to be, and we can live the life we really want to live. We'll show you more about that later. So part of our programming is that we have there are four personalities, and we are a mix of them. You can read more about that in my book. The main thing to understand is that there are four personalities. You have the melancholic, who's always the puzzle maker, great at planning, great at making things and putting things in system. You have the sanguine, all lights on me, I want more attention, affection driven. You have the phlegmatic, peace of mind, can never make decisions. It's important to calm, serene life, afraid of making decisions, you know. And then you have the choleric, that's the boss. Choleric is like the general. Let's do it my way. Yeah. So you can read more about that in my book. The thing is that who we are today is a lot driven by our personalities. But you know, they can change. We can change our personality as well. You cannot become a totally different one, but the mix of them can change. I can use me as an example. 5 years ago, I was a choleric with a strong melancholy. I was influenced by the corporate world, things in system, budgeting, business planning, Excel sheets. How do we make this rational? Production planning, all that I was a part of. And I loved it. I love production. I love running companies, but it's not a part of me anymore. So I was choleric. I was able to make fast decisions, and everything was in system. When I left the corporate world, it took about a year to see quite a big change. When I moved away from the melancholic side, it was not so important for me to have things in system and to plan. And I became more and more spontaneous and trusting my intuition. I became more and more choleric. So it is possible to change your mixture of personalities, because to big extent, to big degree, you are influenced by your environment. So our programming or paradigms, that we call them, pay close attention to this, affects our perception, meaning how we see the world, the use of time, how effective and we are, the effectiveness, our standard, the way we live, our productivity, and what ideas we accept and reject. It basically controls everything. 95 to 97% of your day is programmed, and you can change that program. That's the beauty of it. So our paradigms, or the programming, which includes your personality, but not only your personality, it's everything else too. You know, the programs, they control 95% of your day, and most of them are actually really good for you. But there are some that you might have to change that will be good for you to live the life you really want if you change. Your paradigms, your programs, they affect your perception, the way you look at life, the way you look at everything. And your life is not my life, your world is not my world. You know, it affects our use of time, the effectiveness, our standard, the way we live, our productivity, and what ideas we accept and reject. What ideas we accept and reject. That's interesting. And you know, when you start to change, your paradigms will battle your change. You will feel a certain level of uncomfortable when you start changing, because you are so used to being in your comfort zone where you feel safe and in control. And then when you start moving out of that, you find excuses. Now, this is not the right time. It will never be the right time. It will never be the right time until you make the committed decision. This I will do. I want to change. And then you start be affected by other opinions, and you have lack of self-confidence in the fear zone. When you push through the fear zone, you go into the learning zone and into the growth zone. And that is where the magic happens. You acquire new skills, you learn to deal with challenges and problems, you extend your comfort zone, you set new goals, you live your dream, you find your purpose. This is how I want to live. And one idea can change your life. Let me give you that idea. You ready? You can live the life you really want. Yeah, you can do that. Of course. If I can, why can't you? Everyone can live the life they really want. So do you accept or reject that idea? My strong recommendation, push the green button. That's the golden buzzer, you know. Accept the idea that you can live the life you really want. Yeah, if I can live the life I really want, you can do it. We have everything inside to live the life we really want. Because your life today is the result of all your thinking so far. You have your routine thoughts. Well, change them. Oh, change. Make the decision. Yes, I want to live the life I really want. Get a new way of thinking. Start living the life you really want. Because what you think affects your feelings affect your actions, and your actions create the life you really want. So how do we change our lives? We set a goal. Remember the 4 things that highly successful people do. Number 1, set high goals. You don't have to know how to get there, just decide what you want. I want to live the life I really want. I want to sail around the world. I want to help clients all over the world. I only want to work with clients I like. Yeah, I want to be financially free. Make the decision that that is a goal for you. That is a goal. Setting a goal, making the decision that you really want to change, and accepting the idea that you can live the life you really want. That is the start of living the life you want. So what is the purpose of the goal? You recognize the one down here? The hamster wheel? Yeah. I took that picture in 2005 in London. I was on a corporate mission. I saw that picture. It immediately resonated with me. Yeah, that was my feeling. Being an international CEO and president, traveling all over the world, I felt like a hamster wheel in a golden wheel full of diamonds. So the purpose of having a goal is the journey to the goal. The purpose is not having the boat. It is what you can do with the boat. It is who you become on your way to the goal. That is the true meaning. You become a better version of you. You become who you really want to be, and you live the life you desire. That is the purpose of the goal. It's not to get that new car. It is who you become on the way, getting that car. That is the beauty of it. That is why we call it personal development. You upgrade from you 1.0, like an app. You upgrade to 2.0, to 3.0, to 4.0, to 5.0. You become a better version of you. You can live the life you really want, we talked about. You accepted that today, right? You can. If I can, you can. There's no difference. I'm not different than you. I had a different life, but everyone had a different life. The challenge is, you know, to be happy, you need freedom. Happiness takes freedom. Freedom takes courage. Yeah. Freedom is not something you get. It's not something you have. It's something you take. Freedom is an attitude. I choose to be free. Then you have to take the consequence of that. Then you start feeling the fear zone, right? So you can see life in 2 ways, and it's your choice. It's your choice. You can see it from the scarcity side, where you say, oh, I have to do that or that. Oh, I really need that. That would be nice, but I cannot have that. Yeah, you envy people. Oh, I wish I could do that. That's on the scarcity side. The abundance side is the and game. I want to do that and that and that and that. This is what I want. Yeah. Where you know that others that have done what you really want, you don't envy them, but you learn from them. And it's your choice if you want to be on the scarcity side or the abundance side. Going back to Mr. Andrew Carnegie, any idea that is held in the mind, either feared or revered, will immediately start to clothe itself. Scarcity side is any idea feared. Abundance side is any idea revered. It's your choice how you want to live. And it's all it takes. It's all it takes. Because your thinking affects your feelings, and your feelings affect what you do. So start thinking about abundance. I want to do it. Don't think about how. Don't think about why you cannot. Think about what you want. I want to do that. It's your choice to start thinking. And if you start thinking on the abundance side, it will change your life. Because you are what you think. We looked at the stick figure earlier today. Take that one step further. If you let the outside world control your feelings, your friends, family, media, colleagues, unwritten laws, neighbors, maybe the worst, what others think about you. You know, others don't think about you. If you wonder what others think about you, they don't. Yeah, Bob Proctor told me that. If you wonder, Krista, what other people think about you, they don't. Other people are just like you. They think about themselves, right? But if you don't know how this affects you, you are on the negative side. Ignorance, you don't know how life actually is. You have worry, doubt, and fear. You have anxiety, and you suppress it, push it down. I did that for many, many years. I suppressed it. It ended up with not a very good life. I was afraid. Mainly, I was afraid of not being in control. I'm a choleric, so of course, control is important. But I was very much on this side. I was thinking more about what I don't want than what I want, and I got more of what I don't want. Yeah. And then I can say you choose what you want to feel. You choose what you want to feel. Yeah. Can you control your feelings? Yes, you can, because your thinking affects your feeling that creates your actions, right? You have knowledge, you study, you have understanding, you have faith. You feel well, you express yourself, you accelerate, and you create. This is from Bob Proctor. You create the life you want. It's a creative process, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Dr. Robert Anthony, one of the things I started studying about 15 years ago, deliberate creation, Dr. Robert Anthony. You choose what you want to feel. I choose to feel good now. It's a choice. It's your choice. I choose to be happy. Choose the thought that makes you feel best in the moment right now. Choose that thought. It's your choice, because we agree that you can control your feelings, right? We agree that you can control your thinking. It's the biggest power there is, the power to choose. So by choosing your thinking, you choose your feelings, right? Wow, this is cool. I choose to be happy now. All you have to do is to take extreme ownership to your life. Stop blaming others. It's your life. It's your life. Take extreme ownership to your actions, what you do, your results, and your responsibility. And one thing that is not written here, take extreme ownership to your thinking as well. Create your life. Yeah. If things are not the way you want to be, well, change them then. Change it. It starts with your thinking. Because success, and from my corporate career, we said that success is 95% strategy, 5% mindset. No, that is not how it is. It is 95% mindset and 5% strategy. It's all about our thinking. And your success is ahead of you. And it's so close. It's here. All you have to do is to change the way you think. And you know, life is not one cube. It's not something that you have to figure out how to do. It's not. So what is life? How many cubes do you want? I want all the cubes there is. There are multiple cubes. You know, when scientists now say that they start to realize that there are billions of parallel universes, my thinking is, oh, well, there are 7 to 8 billion people on this world, in this world, and perception is individual. So what you actually discovered is that each and every one of us, we live our own world, in our own universe, in our own thinking. It's not one cube. There are multiple cubes, as many as you want. Endless, limitless number of cubes. You just have to open up your perception. Don't look for everything that cannot be done. Look for everything that can be done. You know, and if you're a puzzle maker, if you're a melancholic, and you are a puzzle maker, you know, the last piece in the puzzle you're looking for is your heart. It's your heart. In your heart, you find your intuition. It's trusting the universe that you are a part of a bigger system. Heart is believing, heart is power, your heart. It is desire, it is love, and it is faith. All that is in your heart. Nothing will happen until you make the decision that you will change. If you try to find a logic reason why you should change, you will never move. It's all about your heart. It's all about intuition. It's all about feeling. The truth resonates with you. And if you want a different life, all you have to do is to change. And this is Jim Rohn, one of my favorites. He's not with us anymore. If you don't like how things are, change it. You are not a tree. Right, Jim Rohn. Wonderful, wonderful teacher. So where do you start? Where do you start? This is my advice. Write down all the things you are afraid of on a piece of paper. All the things you don't like, all the things you're afraid of. Write it down on a piece of paper and then burn it safely, but do it safely. Do it safely. And do it completely while you're watching. And never think about them again. Never ever think about the things you're afraid of and the things you don't like again. Then write down all the things you want in life and read them every day. That's the start. Read them every day. I mean, I have my dream life on my goal, and I bring it with me all the time, and I repeat it every day. That's the start. And I start every day. I don't restart. I start the rest of my life. You know, and Jim Rohn said this too, successful people are action-oriented. We don't sit and meditate and think our new life into reality. We think and act our new life into reality. We start doing. We are action-oriented. Every day, every day, every day. We create the life you really want. So what actions should you take now? If you really want to change, do what I do. On my website, you can download the Freedom Morning routine. On my website, you can download the Freedom Morning formula. That is the morning routine I do every day. And it's free. We give it away. Why? Because it's magic to live the life you really want. And it's my true heart desire to help you living the life you really want. So go to my website, kristerjohnson.com. You will find the free strategy. You will find the free morning routine there. And if you want to contact us, there is a button you can click there as well, and you can book a free call there. Have a wonderful day.